CTV's Jeremy Sharon is joining us now with more. Jeremy, what are we to make of this?
Marcia, this comes on the heels of a tumultuous week for Canada-U.S. relations, all spurred by that ad that Donald Trump says Prime Minister Mark Carney has now apologized for.
Back on U.S. soil after meeting with world leaders in Asia, U.S. President Donald Trump confirming talks with Canada aren't restarting.
What did you talk about with Prime Minister Carney? Are you and Canada going to resume negotiations?
No.
Prime Minister Mark Carney apologized to Donald Trump for an ad featuring Ronald Reagan's voice criticizing tariffs, and Trump's response? Essentially, nice try, but no. Trade talks remain dead in the water, and Canada is left waiting for a phone call that may never come. Welcome to Canada Newsletter, where we unpack the diplomatic mess caused by a 30-second television spot. Before we dive into why Reagan's ghost managed to derail an entire trade negotiation and what this means for Canadian steel and aluminum, hit that subscribe button and click the notifications bell. You will not want to miss a single update on this ongoing saga. Right, let us get into this absolute disaster. When asked Wednesday about the state of conversations with Trump and whether negotiations are resurrected, Carney said, "We'll see." Translation: absolutely nothing is happening. The talks are not yet revived. The Prime Minister confirmed during a news conference about his government's recently tabled budget. Carney last spoke to Trump at the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit, where he apologized for the controversial television spots. But apparently, sorry is not good enough when you have managed to genuinely annoy Donald Trump. Trump cut off trade talks on October 23 and promised even more punitive tariffs on Canadian goods, all because of an Ontario government-backed campaign featuring clips of Reagan speaking negatively about tariffs. Ontario Premier Doug Ford ultimately pulled the ad, but the damage was done. Canada has been desperate to reach a deal dropping sectorial tariffs, especially on steel and aluminum. Asked Friday whether negotiations could resume, Trump said no whilst praising Carney as nice. "I like him a lot, but you know, what they did was wrong," Trump said from Air Force One. So basically, Carney is nice, but Canada is still getting punished. On Saturday, Carney revealed he saw the ad before it aired and told Ford it was not a good idea. Ford had a different recollection but admitted Carney called him a couple of times from Asia asking him to pull the spots. "I fully understand the position he is in," Ford said Monday. "He is trying to talk to the president, but the president was going to give us a terrible deal." Meanwhile, British Columbia Premier David Eby announced his government was ending plans to run its own anti-tariff ads because they had become a source of anxiety for the federal government. Everyone is backing away slowly, hoping not to anger Trump further. While Trump has threatened an added 10% hike on Canadian imports, he has yet to issue an executive order or give a date. So Canada waits, apologizes, and hopes. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, this has been Canada Newsletter.